It's time again for Doggy Quick Tips. And today we're going to be talking about how positive reinforcement is ruining our dogs. Yeah, it's true. I said it. Positive reinforcement is ruining our dogs. How in the world could such a wonderful training technique be ruining our dogs, you might ask? It's really simple. Why does a dog sit when we teach it how to sit? When we teach a dog to sit and we give the dog a reward, a treat, that dog is more likely to reproduce that behavior in order to get that treat, right? Why does a dog pull on the leash? In all likelihood, it's because he's getting where he wants to go by pulling. What about the dog that always seems to be on top of you? Do you ever wonder how this behavior came about? Or the dog that's constantly surfing the counter? Do you think that happens by accident? What about the dog that's prone to mounting or humping? Do you ever consider the origin of this type of behavior? Positive reinforcement simply means that you add something desirable to the dog's environment to increase a behavior. It's that simple. Add something positive, behavior increases. That's positive reinforcement. Well, positive reinforcement isn't only about cookies or biscuits or yummy jerky treats. Positive reinforcement must be defined by the dog, not we humans. I shared in one of my other videos how dogs learn, which you could take a look at. I'll put the link in one of those spots on how dogs learn, right? Dogs, they perpetuate successful behaviors. They abandon unsuccessful behaviors. The success of a behavior is defined by the dog, not us. Just like positive reinforcement is defined by the dog, not us. So if your dog jumps up on you and you pet your dog or gaze lovingly into her or his eyes, that is positive reinforcement. That behavior is more likely to reproduce itself. That behavior will become stronger. That behavior will become more reliable to the dog. And most of us don't want a jumping dog. Yet that's exactly what we're creating. So yes, positive reinforcement is ruining our dogs. Focus on your dog and what your dog perceives as a positive reward. It's really simple. There are a variety of ways we can positively reinforce our dog's behavior. It's not just about something that your dog can ingest. Food, treats, affection, coming up onto the furniture, going for a walk, eye contact, any kind of attention could potentially be interpreted by the dog as a positive reward. And think about how we train our dogs. Even the most traditional of dog trainers uses positive reinforcement to teach new behaviors. And pet owners almost always are inadvertently rewarding unwanted behaviors. So first we have to identify any areas where we might inadvertently be rewarding unwanted behaviors. You can't put a fire out with kerosene, okay? So it's up to us as owners to make sure that we are creating and teaching behaviors that we want our dogs to perpetuate, not the other way around. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, so hopefully you get the gist of this little Doggy Quick Tips video. We don't want to inadvertently reward unwanted behaviors. So whenever you're in doubt, you have to ask yourself, is this a behavior that I want my dog to perpetuate? If the answer is no, I don't want my dog doing this, then you know that you might inadvertently be rewarding that very behavior you want to eradicate. So keep these few things in mind, and if you need a little reminder, here's a little tidbit that might jar your memory. Ignore crazy and reward calm. That's right, simply put, reward behaviors you want your dog to perpetuate, ignore behaviors you want to eradicate. And sure, there are other ways to correct or modify behaviors, but for the purpose of what we're talking about here, where positive reinforcement is potentially ruining our pets, we have to keep the one main focus in mind. Stop inadvertently rewarding unwanted behavior. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for stopping by and checking out Doggy Quick Tips. And if you're new to the channel, take a peek around, look at my other videos. If you like what you see and you want to stay up to date on content that I upload, consider subscribing. And for those of you coming back, thanks again. I really appreciate your support, and I hope I am delivering and meeting or exceeding your expectations. I'll see you guys next time.